Alright, let's look at this problem together. Problem 1 gives us the polynomial equation of f of x, which is 6x cubed minus x squared plus 9x minus 5. And part A of question 1 tells us to tell or expand the given equation at x is equal to minus 3. So the first thing we must do is find out what we divide our equation by to expand it. In order to do that, we must make this equals to 0. And to do that, you add 3 to both sides. So that will give us x plus 3 equals 0. And because of that, we know we divide this to that in order to expand, in order to Taylor expand our given equation. So let's start part A. You would start by, like I said, dividing x plus 3 to 6x cubed minus x squared plus 9x minus 5. In order to divide, all you do is see how many times x goes into 6x cubed and put that value up top. So x goes into 6x cubed, 6x squared times, and once you have that value up top, you multiply that value by x plus 3 and subtract that from this given equation. So you would write 6 minus the value 6x cubed plus 18x squared, which once you distribute the negative gives us 0, which you disregard, and minus 19x squared. After you do that, you bring down the rest of the values and continue doing what you just did. So this would be minus 19x squared plus 9x minus 5. And then you figure out how many times x goes into minus 19x squared, which is minus 19x times. So then you would subtract the value of this times this. So it would be, you subtract the value of minus 19x squared minus plus minus 57x, and you would solve. So you distribute the negative, which this makes this a positive and makes this also positive. And then we get this is equal to 0, so we disregard it, and this was equal to 66x. And as we did before, you bring down the 5. So this can be simplified one more time, and we know x goes into 66x 66 times. So we add 66 up here, do 66 times x plus 3, and subtract that value. So we get 60 minus 66x plus 198, which this would be 0, so we disregard it, and the value remaining is minus 205. And clearly you can't simplify anymore. So, to recap, our first expansion gave us x plus 3 times 6x squared minus 19x plus 66, all minus, my bad, 203. And looking at this, you can tell that this middle part can be simplified even further. So let us do that. Once again, we must divide. So we take the value that we're trying to simplify even further, 6x squared minus 19x plus 66, and divide it once again by x plus 3. So we find out how many times, what you have to multiply to x to get 6x squared, which is simply 6x. So once again, you multiply 6x by x plus 3 and subtract that value from the original given equation, which gives you minus the value of 6x squared plus 18x, which when you solve after distributing the negative, gives you 0. Once you have that, you distribute the negative and solve. So this would give you 0, which you disregard. And this would give you minus 37x. Once again, we bring down the plus 66 and keep going. So x would go into minus 37x minus 37 times. So minus 37 times x plus 3 is the value we're subtracting. So minus 37x minus the value of minus 37x minus 111, which once you distribute the negative gives us this is equal to 0, which you disregard. This is equal to 177. So after doing that step, you get the most simplest form, which is x plus 3 x plus you get the most simplest form, which is x plus 3 times our new simplified value for what was here before, which is x plus 3 times 6x minus 37 all plus 177, which once again put the minus 203. So once you get to this point, the rest of it is very simple. You distribute x plus 3 to this and this, which gives you x plus 3 squared times 6x minus 37 plus 177x plus 3 minus 203. So once you get to this point, this you bring down and you simplify this to 177x plus 328. And this is the most simplified form. Now, going back and looking at part B, we are told to find the slope and the equation of the tangent line of the given polynomial at the same point we used before. And that becomes very simple, because in order to find the equation and slope of a tangent line of a polynomial, you have to do Taylor expansion. And Taylor expansion brings you to this point that we got to earlier. So once you are to this point, all you do is disregard the front part and focus on this back half. And looking at it, the rest becomes simple because that is the equation. So just from looking at it, like I said earlier, you can tell what the slope is, hopefully, which is equal to 177, and the equation is y equals 177x plus 328.